We are living now Dominus Flavit, the Lord Wept Church. Look at the beautiful olive trees that no one harvests. Maybe because of Corona, whatever, then sadly, usually they are selling it or giving it to churches to produce olive oil. And we are heading to Garden of Gethsemane. Now you see a lot of olive trees here, but when you are turning olive fruit into olive oil, you need a factory for that. In Hebrew, it's called Gethsemane. In English, we call it Gethsemane. Then all those horrible, strange names are usually Jewish names. Mount of Olives, in that part, is a huge cemetery. Jewish cemetery. Oh, a police car. And the funny thing is that this is a two-way road. Two-way road. Can you believe it? Then the Jews believe that when the Messiah will come, I'm talking about the Jewish Messiah, not Jesus, they will be the first one who will resurrect. And there are tombs from the time of time of King David until now. Down the valley, you see the top. Wait a minute. You can see the top of Absalom tomb, son of King David. Ta-da-da! It's here. Let me take a picture of it. It's beautiful from here. But we are heading as quick as I can to Garden of Gethsemane because the garden will be closed soon. And I'm here for the request of a wonderful couple, EJ and Bethy. We are doing now together Palm Sunday procession. Then I visit so many places. And I want to reach Garden of Gethsemane before they will close it because I want to bless the Holy Cross of Jerusalem. If you want me to do that as well, the link for that, at the description of that video, which is usually beneath the video, you will find the link for Buy Me a Coffee, and there you will get some information about how you will get your cross together with a video that I made for it. It's not like just a cross that you can buy without me, but I'm going to bless it for you in so many holy sites. Today it's a Palm Sunday procession. Oh, look how beautiful it is. Jewish cemetery. Then usually the factory for a factory of making olive oil from olive fruit is at the bottom of the place, because to carry it up, not easy. Two-way road. Got it. Then we are heading there. The story is amazing. Jesus was at Mount... Ooh, what's wrong? Kol beseder ito? Everything is okay? It didn't answer me. Then it looks like, I don't know, but it looks like okay. Then let's pray together that man is okay. He didn't understand me. Maybe he doesn't speak English or Hebrew. But as you can see, the cars are stopping there to see if he needs help. Maybe climb up. And this is difficult. Next time, don't climb up. Just walk down, just like me. Then Jesus was at Mount Zion, the room of the Last Supper, when he said, let's go. But before that he said, one of you will betray me. Another thing that he said about I will die and 3 days later I will resurrect. Then they left Mount Zion, which is not so far away I wanted to stop next to that man that I don't know what's happened to him to show you Mount Zion, but I'm not sure that it was proper. But it's not so far away. It's like, let's say, 10 minutes walking. 15 for me. Because I don't like to rush. Or you can see there, just climb up to Mount of Olives, maybe, to visit the cemetery. And you can see the walls of Jerusalem for me, and the Dome of the Rock, which is the site of the Jewish temple at the time of Jesus. He saw the temple. The temple was between 2 to 3 times higher than the Dome of the Rock. Then you can understand that he could see the temple from here. And after he finished the Last Supper, which I believe that was Passover meal, that's the reason he came to Jerusalem, although some of the Christians believe that it was the day before. And that's why the holy bread, it's bread. For the Christian, for example, for the Catholic, it's matzah bread. Then he went to there and he asked his 3 disciples to pray with him. One of them was St. Peter, but those fell asleep 3 times. He woke them up. I was a little bit mad about St. Peter. How can it be that you are falling asleep? Your master needs you. But then my mother, a Jewish woman, it's difficult for me to talk about my mother because 2 months ago she was alive, but now she died. Then my mother looked at me and said, "Come on, Zahi, it's a Passover meal. In Passover meal, the Jews are eating too much. They are praying and singing until midnight, and they need to drink at least 4 glasses of wine. Then, at least, you know what's happened after that. Then the situation, the result is drunk and tired." That column is in the front of Mary Magdalene Church. And look how beautiful it is, because it's from Matthew 26, 40, 41. Could you not watch with me 1 hour? Watch and pray that you may not enter into temptation. Then we just talked about it. We just talked about it. Wow. Then, in that matter, an angel came to pray with Jesus, and this is the Garden of Gethsemane church from the other side. This is we are facing to the west, but the apse now is facing to the east. And it's an agony story for me. It's not easy for me to talk about it. It's like they are betraying him. But they didn't know that they are betraying him. They didn't know what will happen to Jesus. And an angel came to talk with him. And then Jesus said, "Take that cup of me, I don't want it." And this is nature, human nature. But then he said, "But this is my job, I'm going to do that." Without that, there's no Christianity. Then let's enter to the church, and as I believe, I'm going to be one of the few. We will enter. מה שלומך? יד יד יד, כיף לראות אותך. they're harvesting now.
Finally, קצת שמנת.
קצת, הרבה. He said that I've got fat. A lot. Yeah, that's what happened when you're not guiding. Thank you. Wow, they're harvesting. This is an amazing video now. Those are the most important trees. That's where Jesus was praying. Another harvesting the fruit. Thanks God for that. Every fruit here is important. Oh, someone is on the tree shaking the branches. Let me see. Yeah, here it is. Here is it. And then the fruit falls into the carpet in a way, and then they collect it. Amazing. Ta-da-da! Let's continue the story. Look at the bougainvillea. And before we will continue the story, if it's your first video of mine and you didn't subscribe my channel, please do that now and ring the bell there, and you will get my latest video. And more than that, I do have more than 19,000 videos, and you can ask me whatever you want. Look how beautiful is the eastern wall of the Jewish temple, and you can see the the Golden Gate. Jesus entered through there, through Palm Sunday procession. This is amazing. This is amazing. No hats now. We're reaching the church. Then, in that case, Judas came together with the priests and together with the Romans, and he kissed Jesus. By that kiss, he betrayed Jesus. The agony begins here. Then that's why the name of their church, one of the names of their church, is the Agony Church. The second name is All Nation Church, because it was built by 12 nations. And I call it Garden of Gethsemane Church because this is the site of it. Inside the church, I will be as quiet as I can, but I will actually show you the roof, and you can see that there are so many small domes, and you will be part of the Garden of Gethsemane video scene. I will show you floor from the 4th century because that church is from the 19th century, and I will show you where Jesus was actually praying, the rock that he was on top of it. But look at that, my Father, if it would be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt. Matthew 26. The energy here is so strong. Then, let's go in. The first church was from the 4th century, the second one's from the 12th century, and you're looking at the modern church, which is an amazing one. You can see that tree, one of the olive tree, and you are part of that garden now. Quite dark here. Agony. Midnight. Look at the domes. Let's continue. That is beneath the glass is the 4th century church. And Barluzzi, the one who built the amazing church of Dominus Flavit, used the same floor because he said that that floor is more important than my floor. Another option. And we are now entering to the most important part. This is the rock that Jesus was praying on it. The energy there is so strong. The agony of Jesus, look at him. Sorry. Come on. That mosaic wall will show you the betrayal of Judas. Judas kiss. I will let you now pray for 2 minutes and then I will continue the video. Then don't go. Please, don't leave me. let's continue with our tour. But before that, remember, if you want to ask me questions, you can. Through that video, in the description you will find my Instagram and Facebook. I'm talking about the professional one. The private one is in Hebrew. You won't understand it anyhow. Look at that tree. It was planted by the Pope in 2014, and you can see the differences between a tree from 2014 to a 300 years old tree, or even more than that. Some people believe that it's almost, I don't know. I'm afraid to talk about the age of those trees because there's so many theories. But let me tell you something. If you cut an olive tree, it will grow again. If you cut it again, it will grow again. Cut it again, you know what will happen. Then in that case, they will never die. That tree is another important tree. But before we will talk about it, this is the same rock that you saw in the church. And usually, because it's out of the church, this is the place for the rest of the Christian, because we are talking about the Catholic Church, but everyone visits that church, everyone believes in that side, then everyone can pray here as well. And I don't see the difference between Christians. I know that I'm getting a lot of response from you, that one are not the real. Everyone are real. Everyone's got their own way to worship God. It's a windmill, but from Basilica. It's not from here, it's from the Galilee. Remember, 2 women will do that. One will stay with me, one not. That was told in Capernaum. And this is a tree from 1964, planted by the Pope, St. Paulo. And now we can see the difference between 1964 tree to older trees. They're still harvesting the olive tree. If it's okay by you, I'm making a round tour. I'm going to see if we can see something better than that. I want you to understand how they are shaking the branches, and the olive fruit falls into that actually present, and then they collect it. It's very easy to collect it. Here it is. See, they are hitting the branches. Do it gently. Usually, if they want to do that in the regular way, they are shaking the tree. But here they are trying to do that in a nice way, because we are talking about holy trees. See, the olive fruit are falling to that presenter, curtain, whatever, carpet. And then it's so easy to collect it. In the center, you can see it, and from that they will prepare olive oil, and that is Garden of Gethsemane meaning. Garden of Gethsemane is the place that you are turning olive into olive oil from olive fruit. And I saw the sun is in our eyes now, but I saw some olive fruit on the tree, but here they're already harvested. Let me look for one. Here it is. Let me see if you will be able to see it, because it's difficult for me. Can you see it? Ah, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. They forgot it. Harvesting the olive tree. Garden of Gethsemane. I mean, it is amazing. I'm smiling like a child. Bethy, EJ, you made my day, and my beautiful subscribers. It's like one big family in time without work. See. Bye, shukran. Trot. There's another garden for Mao masses services, and the name Gethsemane is above it. Amazing, isn't it? I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Then see you in my next video. Bye bye.